And so just taking some deep breaths in and out together. And feeling your energy align with every breath. And with every breath in and out, feeling your heart space opening and feeling yourself attuning to the frequency of your own heart. Yaram, nimo sukoram, tam nimo, ko anaya shiamo, shuto anai, amasiamo koare, siu toa. As you continue breathing in and out, feeling the frequencies of your heart and tuning in with your heart space here. And with every breath that you take, feeling that loving, authentic frequency from your heart vibrating and expanding. And as you breathe in and out, you feel and attune to the frequencies of your heart expanding bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it completely surrounds you in this big bubble of your beautiful heart's vibration, your heart's energy, your heart's love. Shimukoaratioso, diamokoratatioso, konyamoshua, komyamoshua, rienesiamoko, niemesiamoko, korianesi, siamo, kokoanasiamo, kokorianete, diamoko, kia carniamo sokoale, diamo sokoare, diamo koriana shishiamo, kotiamasisumo, kotorenete. And just feeling that love and that frequency and that freedom and joy of your heart vibrating and tingling throughout your entire body and your entire energy being. Now as you continue to breathe gently and deeply, just becoming even more aware and attuned to your energy field. This bubble all around you, your personal energy field. Now, what does your personal energy field feel like from this space? And now breathing in light down into your being. Breathing in and out. In and out, feeling that light of Source, the light of the Creator, radiating and circulating throughout your entire body. And feel this light and love of the universe expanding all around you to fill your personal energy field, so that your personal energy field is completely cleansed and radiating with beautiful light. And just becoming aware of your energy field, any parts of your energy bubble that may feel dense or that may feel stuck, and just seeing that light or feeling that light from the universe dissolving, cleansing, sending love to those parts of your energy where you feel may need a little attention today. And just feeling this bubble around you strengthening with every breath that you take. With every breath that you take in and out, your personal energy field strengthens and expands its radiance and its joy and its purity and its love. Shia makardia mokorianasi, shia makardia mokorianasi, siumukua. Siumukua kukoko kordia makane shumuko kokortatam. Kokokortatam na siumukukoi aneshia. Siumukukori aneshia, siono kordia masi. Sionor kordiam nasi, siumukukordia ma. Siomokorkordia ma, sionokoliti anashiomo. Siomokoriliti anashiomo, siomo sosia makaya nesio. Makaya masiomo shomo sopokora. Breathing in again into your heart space and anchoring in this beautiful light and love frequency of the universe into your own heart space. And knowing that you are one with this frequency, you are one with this light and this love of the divine, that it is you, it is part of you. And if your heart has any messages for you today that it would like to share with you, messages of love to encourage you on your journey, just listening for that answer from your heart. What might your heart say to you, share with you, or encourage you today? And just knowing that whatever answer you receive from your heart is perfect and beautiful, and that your heart loves you. Your heart would only ever share with you beautiful, loving, supportive messages. Even if that's simply an energy or a knowing, or if it's words, or if it's an idea or an inspiration. Whatever that may be, just now thanking your heart for its beautiful message for you. And thank you for being here with me today too. So we're actually just going to call in whatever spirit guides, whatever angels, whatever beings, whatever you personally work with. So that may be the universe, that may be life, that may be God, that may be angels, it might be star family, it might be your guides or your spirit team. We're going to call in whatever beautiful loving frequencies or beings who love us unconditionally only and are serving the light only to be here with us today to help guide and support these beautiful activations for us all today. So you can just in your own mind call in whatever energies or whoever, whatever beings, your ancestors or whatever beings you personally would like to work with. We're going to set the intention that these be beings who love us unconditionally only and are serving the light only. You might like to call in your higher self and your soul, purest frequency of who you are, to be here as well to support, nurture and nourish this space of healing, expansion, love and growth and acceptance. Somokortiama siomokora, siomokora, siomoshomoyama, siomokori Shiamosoma kardiamotai, siokoratatai. Whenever you're personally ready, you can open your eyes back up or you can keep your eyes closed. Either way is perfectly fine. Now to start off with, I've got this beautiful smoky quartz here with me that I've been using to activate and align our energies, beautiful grounding and uplifting vibrations. siamo cortia makani shumotu koto sono tortiama. Siamo tiama. And I've been bringing through my light language to also balance and align and attune our energies too. Sio quara, tamiamo coritiana. So when I'm speaking the light language or when I'm sending you this beautiful smoky quartz energy, you can just feel the shifts and the attunements that you feel in your own personal energy field. Feel any shifts that you feel in your body, in your being, in your thoughts, in your emotions, and just noticing what shifts for you personally. And now if you'd like any specific type of energy healing or activations or support for yourself personally, you can write them down in the comments. So thank you so much for being here with me. I'm going to grab this oracle card deck that I've been working with recently. It's called the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. It's a really beautiful deck. I really love it. And so I've already read this out to myself before, but I might start with this. So there's a beautiful Rose Oracle attunement included in this deck, so I might just read it out for us all to be a part of. So Mother Rose, you who were present long before we, and you who will continue after we're gone, bless this oracle and all who use it. May it be a gateway for all to return to ourselves, the earth, and each other. May our connection with the voice of our soul be made stronger with every use. May all who touch it feel cherished, held, loved, softened, and seen. May it deliver insight, understanding, compassion, and guidance that's in the highest interest of all beings, past, present, and future. When I'm holding space for another, help me to step out of the way and invite others to connect with the wisdom that exists deep within them. Guide me and all who use it to embrace our ever-changing true nature and the seasons of our lives with compassion, understanding, and grace. Show us how we can plant ourselves here more deeply than ever before. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So just breathing in, feeling that beautiful Rose Oracle attunement before we actually begin, and I'll start to draw a few cards, and I might bring through some messages or some light language activations, energy activations from the cards. I'm just going to ask for the perfect, most aligned message or card for us today, for everyone who's watching and who will in future watch this video. Okay, so the sacred waters, nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, and self-care. Beautiful. So this card seems to be all about taking some time for ourselves to really feel nourished and held and safe in our own being, in our own body, and in our own lives. So maybe sometimes we can feel a bit busy, or like we're rushing around everywhere. Or sometimes even when we're not busy, maybe our mind is still busy. So we might be physically not moving, but our mind might be going. So we're not really giving ourselves that rest and that replenishment that we're really needing. So this feels really nourishing. I love this card. And sacred waters. So it even reminds me of like taking a bath and just really relaxing and just being present with yourself in the bath, or even like going for a swim. And that can be so nourishing and so healing for us. And so I might actually bring through some beautiful light language to support us with taking care of ourselves, reminding ourselves to tune in with our own heart and take that time to nourish and replenish ourselves. Maybe after a busy day or a busy week, maybe in the middle of a busy day or a busy week, like taking a few moments, a few minutes, a few hours, whatever that is, to really nourish and replenish ourselves. And that's really important for our mental, emotional, and physical well-being, for us to do that. Shiama kartiamo sumokoto niamasiamo siamasiamo simo. Iamaka niamosoko no cordiama shiamo cordiama. Liamasiamo cordiama siamo cordiamo shumoki anatai. Shumoki amakartai anasiamoko. Arsiamoko cordiama si shoniamai. She shoniamai siam no cordia. Shiam no cordia, siamo cordi, shiamo cordi, sio no caniamo sumaka. Naniamo sumaka tiele teniamo sukonomo kotiama katiamo kotoma katani, dokomata kaini. Siamakai, ati siamakai, tatiamo, tataiamo, koriamatai, anasiamoka. Asiomoka, umayashia, ma, siomayashia ma. And this card with the sacred waters is really just reminding me of that Mintakan type energy, that mermaid type energy, that living in that purity and that peace, and having that peaceful environment and that peaceful surroundings all around us, where we can be ourselves and be free and play and swim and laugh. And so, yeah, self-care. So it's really about creating that space and that time for ourselves to experience that inner peace and that inner love and that inner nourishment for ourselves. Beautiful, I love it. So I'm gonna actually draw another card too. And you might even ask yourself, what do you personally get from this card? There's a lot of beautiful flowers blooming around the edges. There's someone beautifully swimming and nourishing herself in the waters. Yeah, there's even like a trippy face coming out of like the waterfall part in the middle. What do you personally receive from this card? Like, what message does this card have for you personally? You might just continue tuning in with that while I pick out the next card for us. Okay. So we'd like something to support us, something that is most beneficial and most important for whoever is watching and will be watching in future this video. I'm not quite getting a card coming out yet. I think there's some messages wanting to come through from this card. So the messages that I'm getting for whoever needs to hear this is take time for yourself. You are allowed to give yourself and gift yourself the time for nourishment and replenishment. And it's so important, not only for you, but for the people around you and for this planet, for the earth and humanity, that you do so. And that it feels like a message like it's not bad to take time for yourself. It's not bad to focus on nourishing and replenishing and filling your cup first. It's actually beneficial, not only for you, but for everyone involved as well. And there could be multiple ways to go about that. So you could say it's beneficial for others because when you're coming from a full cup, you're coming from a more beautiful, full of life energy, and you actually have more to give, or maybe you give from a joyful, inspired space. So that's just increasing the joy in your relationships with other people when you are giving to other people. Yeah. It feels like it's talking about giving yourself a sacred space, whether that's creating a sacred space in your home, like an environment for yourself that feels sacred and feels true to your soul, where you can feel the presence of the divine, whether that's like a little shrine or an altar. Oops, we almost disconnected. Yeah, so it feels like creating that sacred space for yourself, and it doesn't have to be an external space. It's actually more so going to be an internal space, so that sacred space within, so that heart space that we connected to at the beginning of this video. Creating that sacred space within your own heart, where you have a refuge, where you have a safe house for yourself to retreat to recuperate, and to re-nourish yourself from within, so that then you can go out into your day and go out into your life with more joy, overflowing with inspiration and energy and positiveness. Yeah, it really feels like this woman in the middle, it's like she's in her own little cocoon, and it looks very cleansing. She's really like cleansing herself in her own little personal bubble, just like we did at the start of this. We were tuning in with our personal energy field. We were clearing and aligning our own personal energy bubble. So maybe even doing something like that can be very nourishing. And that is a form of self-care. Energetic care is a form of self-care as well. So beautiful. Shiyama siyomo di alete diamoko kortia siyomo kortani moshomoko. And that you're allowed to feel. It's like giving your feelings a safe space to be expressed too. You're allowed to feel. Your feelings don't have to be bottled and suppressed. Giving yourself that sacred space and that sense of safety and nourishment for yourself, that you're allowed to feel your feelings, because water is a symbol of feelings, the emotional world as well. So allowing your feelings to flow. Niamaka niamo korete nemnia siomo korete temnia na siomo kortom niamo koshiamaka ania shumo korie shiamo korti mie siomo koletiamo kortiama siomo kortiama ya siomo io koyeme kiama io koyeme kiama anasiomo ko anasiamo ko kortiamo ko to tigala tetiamo ko to ortiene siomo ko. I'm just getting like a little bit of like a throat chakra activate, like opening up the throat chakra a little bit. Allowing yourself to express. And from this card, express your feelings, express your emotions, whatever way you would like to express them. Vocally, telling someone how you feel, writing them down, drawing or painting or dancing, some way screaming, like primal screaming, or some way to like express how you're feeling. And this all comes from having that sacred space within yourself where you feel and where your emotions feel safe and nourished and taken care of. So that you feel safe and nourished and taken care of, and from that space, those emotions feel safe to be expressed, and you can express them in that safe and loving, nourishing way that really supports you. I'm just getting for someone who needs to hear this with the throat chakra, something about letting go of people who've told you you're not allowed to express yourself, or who made you feel or told you that it's not safe to express your feelings or feel your feelings that sort of suppression I'm getting, like this suppressed energy, like I'm not allowed to feel, I'm not allowed to say how I feel, and so I'm just not allowed to express how I feel. So just maybe having a look at that and realizing that was how you were made to feel, that was what someone said to you, whatever that is for you, but then recognizing or sort of guiding yourself through that, like maybe I am allowed to express my feelings. Maybe it's not bad for me to feel what I'm feeling, and maybe I can find a creative way or a way that feels safe for me to express those feelings. And that could be a gradual process as well, and that's okay. Ialamno, mias, yomo corrana tatamniamos, cototo corrianas, yomo corriamos, corriamas, yomo corrianati. Fiorrunia mashiamo corraletem, niamo chucorraletem, niamo cosumo cortea, nesiu. Because expressing our feelings is a really important part of expressing our soul and expressing our true essence. Being able to express how we feel is a really big part of that. Whether that be like a positive way or like a, angry, sad, or joyful, abundant, both need to be able to have avenues to express themselves and to feel safe, that it's okay to feel both sides of the coin, and it's okay to express both sides of the coin, especially from that safe, loving, nourishing space within yourself. So that feels like that's about it for this card. And just taking a few deep breaths, we might recenter, then we might pull one more card. So just taking some deep breaths and coming back into your heart, really receiving whatever was beneficial for you from that, whatever you took from that, just really allowing that to integrate, letting go of any parts of it that weren't for you. And just recentering into your being. In and out. Breathing in and out. And again, just feeling all of your energy system, all your chakras are tuning and aligning to your highest frequency. Integrating any wisdom that was beneficial for you, whether it was coming through me or whether you were receiving your own wisdom internally while we were going through this card. Again, just accessing that wisdom within as you breathe in and out. Accessing your soul's frequency. And accessing your heart's love. Coming back to your own heart. And so I'm going to go ahead and start pulling a second card. If you feel like that was all enough for you, and that was the only message and the only energies that you really wanted to receive today, you can feel free to turn this video off and you can come back and watch the rest of it later. And thank you for joining me. And if you'd like to book a one-on-one, I'll have that in the description or on my website as well, where you can book a one-on-one with me too. Okay, so another card that is for the highest and best good, most beneficial, most inspiring, uplifting, nourishing, healing for those who are watching and those who will be watching this video at any point in the future. This one. Okay, the second bloom, a second chance. It's never too late. New possibilities. Wow, beautiful. So just taking a moment to access your own heart's wisdom and gaze at this card and see what you receive from this card first before I start tuning in with it too. Because everyone will receive something different, and I'll just bring through like a general energy and message for everyone who's watching. Beautiful. So from this card, I'm getting like a very gentle, nurturing energy. It feels a little similar, but also a little different to the last card. This feels more inspirational, and moving forward energy, but from a really nourished, supportive space. And I'm getting a little bit of light language that wants to come through. So if you'd like to receive that, you can close your eyes or just rest in your heart space and just open to receive. Ikiam tiama siun niama letem nioko koli tiama kaya si kole tiama kaya si sioko yamiumo sioko amiamo kuyanai kuyanai ala tiama koriama kaya siomo koriana taya siomo riama kaliomo korienete iu koraye ne siomo koraye ne siomo korale tiamo Koare tiamo kole tiamo somo kayene siamo kuale temi siamo kranimo li korom ni lamimo koriana siamo rototom ni abaka ana siamo kotototototodo rup rup imo kotu imo kortum no siama ka aleriama le kiamo shukuma kariana sion koriana sion animo tiama kai lemo soma kai le tiamo kai ai siamo kola tiamo kai ale tiamo kola tiamo kai shi 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 Siamo shi 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 no lamnia Sua 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 Si so 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 le temnia mashia mokoya shia korata namna shia shuata tiama sua kiama kariana tasio mokwa shema kariano sua Siam nakara soa temna. Yeah, so this card, definitely compared with the first card, it's more of like a more energy or more direct forward moving energy, but then also at the end that beautiful, gentle, nourishing energy too. So if we're going to put these cards together, it's like this needs to be developed first, that sacred space within yourself, within your heart, where you're allowed to receive, you're allowed to be nourished, you're allowed to be held, and you're allowed to be yourself and express yourself. And then this card is like the second step to that. So it's like she's already created that sacred space, she's anchored in her heart, and now she knows that there's so many possibilities that she can move forward with. She's able to move forward. And I see in the woman's face, I see like a strength in her energy, in expression. Yeah, so she looks very calm, relaxed, anchored in her heart. There's also a strength there. So it's like a knowing and a strength and a wisdom from her past experiences that she's gathered and accumulated. And being anchored in her heart space allows her to utilize that wisdom to then propel herself forward. And that wisdom comes from past failures, past sadness, past pains, and everything else, past successes as well, but just everything. I'm getting, just that strength was gathered from the past pains and failures and all of that sort of thing. That's where she gained all of her strength. But now being anchored in your heart space, in her heart space, she's able to move forward on those new possibilities. And it says a second chance, it's never too late. So just like how I was saying, she gathered all the wisdom from past failures, perhaps there's been some past failures, and now it's time to recuperate. I don't know if that's the right word, to restart again. But you're not restarting from the beginning, you're restarting with all the wisdom and the blessings gained and gathered from all your past experiences too. And it says it's never too late. So it's never too late. And recognizing the wisdom and the blessings of all those experiences actually helps propel you forward into whatever it is you're wanting to do. Sumakai, Shiamukorana tamnia, Shiamukorana tamna, Siamukordia makalatamnia, Sukordalia, Musumukordia, Natania, Mukodia, Makadia, Musumukotumnia makai. Modomnia makai, Ania Mokolitia, Makaria, Moshiolete, Anasi, Kokokoriana, Anikioma Kokoko. And the crown chakra is just like, feels like opening up to divine inspirations and possibilities. Siamakayama, Shiamokokiamaka, Aniamo, Niamokotiamokaleteamaka, Ardiamokoria, Natatiam, Nokoridiama, Kokordiamana. And also just like clearing the mind of any perceptions of ourselves as a failure or as it's too late, we can't do it anymore, we don't get a second chance. Any perceptions or beliefs being cleared. And as these are cleared, just making way for the infinite potentials, new beginnings, second chances, 100th chances that are available to us. Just getting like feeling clearly, seeing clearly into our future. So it feels like from this card, she has her eyes closed. This gives me very like anchored in heart energy, as I said. She's got her eyes closed, she's anchored in with her own heart, and she's seeing clearly through her heart space. So it doesn't seem as though she's clouded by past illusions or past beliefs about herself, and she can see them a bit more clearly. But it's definitely, I definitely get from this card that she's like gathering her strength. She's gathering her strength, knowing what she's been through already, knowing that there might be moments that she might struggle, or she might feel that perception come in, or she might feel like, oh, not again, or no, I can't do this, or whatever it is. But she's gathering her strength to remember and to recognize that those things aren't true, to remember and recognize the wisdom that she gained, and to remember and recognize the infinite possibilities in her future as she moves forward, anchored in her heart. Turro, totetemnia masikomo corra, nasciamo corrile te amoso, riele te amoso, cortiamaca, caridio siamo co, suco cortiamaca, ani suco tiamaca, catiamoco, siamo co ariti, siamo cor ariti, chiamo carriama shama, chiama carriama shama, carriama somo catiamo lututudu. I'm feeling like a lot of like energy, like strong, like strength, inner strength, kiamak alia mokordiama, and strength from wisdom, ranalata, wisdom and experience. Ariongolotomniama kiamaki aniamo shumukordilete, arletiamo kordiamo shumukordiamakai. So harnessing your inner power, utilizing all your past experiences as wisdom to propel you forward, as wisdom and strength to propel you forward even further on your path. And also having that compassion for your past self and that compassion for your present self. Whatever you've gone through or whatever you're going through, whatever you go through in the future, being anchored in the heart space is having compassion for yourself and love and acceptance for whatever you're going through. I really felt that when I said that. I feel like that was waiting to be said, and yeah, it felt good to say that. So you might ask yourself in this card, where in your life are you being asked to gather and harness your inner strength? And where are you being asked to recognize the power and the wisdom accessible to you from your past experiences? And how are you being asked to see yourself and see your past and present and future through the eyes and the strength and the love and compassion of your own heart? And just gathering whatever messages or wisdom or energies from this card as you look at the card that are meant for you specifically. So for now, I feel like we might jump into another card, maybe the last one. So you might like to take some more deep breaths back into your heart space again, re-anchoring, re-centering within your own being, receiving all the messages and energies that were beneficial to you, that you would like to keep around and integrate, and letting go of anything that wasn't really for you. And again, if this feels like this was the reading for you and you don't really need any more energies or messages for you today, you can feel free to turn this video off. You can give it a like or save it for later, or comment what you received from this video so far. And again, there'll be links to sign up for, sorry, I'm distracted. There'll be links to book a one-on-one session with me if you would like that as well. Okay, so the last card for us today, for whoever is watching or whoever will be watching in the future, for our highest and best good. And you can just tune in with your heart space, feel what your heart is speaking to you today, and ask for a message that is for your highest good, or some energies that are for your highest good. Okay, so we got the Wild Rose. Do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness, untamed. Ooh, this card is so cool. I love it. So just taking a moment to receive whatever you feel this card is speaking to you. And I'll just actually bring through some energy for you to receive. Si koraniamo shoma, kariana shiamo koratiamo somo kaletiamo somo shiamo koriane. Shiamo koriane siamo koratatamiamo sola. Niamo sola temni pokoranotomna ri shiamo koratatomna seriamoko. Seriamoko lotiamo koriana siamo koletiama siamo koranatera. Okay, so the Wild Rose, do it your way, embrace your uniqueness, untamed. Well, this card feels, it feels pretty obvious to me what it's about. It's do it your way, embrace your uniqueness. Let go of trying to be like anyone else, trying to do things like anyone else wants to do it. It's also a bit like letting go of insecurities that you're not enough as you are, letting go of insecurities that you can't do things the way you want to do them, because maybe it's not the usual way, or maybe you might think people might judge you for it. Yeah, this card is really just about being wild and being your wild, free, untamed, unbounded self, which is really, really beautiful. Ramniamo korianate no siama kayaneshimo koletem niama ka iamo somora tiamo somora teniamo sho temiamo sho kordiama latemo sokoma. So where in your life can you do it more your way? Where in your life can you be a little more wild and free and untamed, and do things in a way that really speaks to your heart and really frees your soul? So you might have some of these parts of your life come to mind. Whether that's in your relationships, whether that's in your creative endeavors, the way you create, whether that's in your job, whether that's in any part of your life, your lifestyle, your living situation. In what ways can you be a little more authentic to yourself, a little more wild and free-flowing in your own energy and your own soul's way of doing things? And maybe you don't know, and maybe that's okay. Maybe this card for you is about tuning in with who your soul is. What do you like? Being a bit more wild and free in experimenting and exploring some different things. Suaranyamo, suaranyamo, sukoranyamo, sukoranyamo, sukotiamo ka alimo sumokotiamo koa. So if your soul was asking you, if your soul was asking you to embrace your uniqueness or embrace your authentic self, what would your soul be asking you to do or to explore or to try? It could be anything. It could literally be going for a walk in the mornings instead of whatever you do in the mornings. Or it could be going out to a dance party or dancing in your room. I was actually just dancing out here before and I felt really awkward because I never dance out here. It's a bit open. I usually like to do it like in my room, like where there's no one can see me. But yeah, I was dancing out here before. It was a little bit awkward, but I was doing it anyway because my soul wants to be able to express itself in all situations and not feel like I have to hide myself away when I want to express myself. So that's something that that's how this card sort of relates to me and how I'm moving through things in my own life right now a little bit. Shamniamoa, shamniamoa. We might just do a little soul connection meditation, just really keeping this card in mind. So taking a few deep breaths into your being. And just calling upon the presence of your soul to be here with you fully now. Calling upon that spark of your soul, your purest, freest, most authentic essence of you. And just feeling that essence of your soul being embodied within your body, physically, and in your energy around you too. And if you were tuning in with your soul, if your soul had a color or colors, what colors would you see to represent your soul today? Just noticing what you notice. Whatever you receive or don't receive is perfectly okay. And so if your soul had a sound or sounds, what sounds would you hear from your soul? And if your soul had a texture, like rough, soft, fluffy, what texture would your soul have today? And if your soul had a smell and a taste, what would your soul smell or taste like today? Would it be sweet, bitter, tangy? Would it smell like incense or mowed grass? And then zooming out more generally, what would your soul look like? What images or shapes do you get when you look at your soul? Just knowing that this is all for fun and it's okay whatever you receive or don't receive. So would you see maybe a butterfly or a bird flying? Would you see triangle shapes or like that trippy images? What would you see when you tune in with your soul? And now how do you feel in your body? What does your soul feel like emotionally and physically and energetically for you? So how do you tangibly experience your soul in this moment? Does it feel maybe joyful, silly, funny, maybe loving, compassionate, or free? What is that for you? What does your soul feel like to you right now? Yamakaranimo, shumakati, yamakati, yamokosumokati, yamaishi, yamakati, yamosumoko, pokoto, karate, yamosumokoro, tatanasio, yamoshunnetemnia. And so now that we have become a little more aware and experiencing our soul a little further, what message might your soul have for you today? Especially in regards to this card, the Wild Rose card, about embracing your uniqueness, doing it your way, and being a little more wild and untamed. So what message would your soul have for you about that? And in what ways might your soul like you to embody this card? If you feel that it's for you, how would your soul like you to embody this card into your life, and maybe even into your day-to-day, in a way that is fun and explorative for you and for your soul? So I hope you received something really beautiful from that. Just give you a little more time to just continue tuning in, receiving any last messages or ideas or feelings, sensations, inspirations from your soul. Now coming back to the breath, and just breathing in and out, feeling that beauty and magic and wisdom of your soul tingling and integrating into your being, and just thanking your soul and thanking yourself, you are your soul, for all the messages and for all the really cool ways that your soul would like you to expand and explore a little more in your life. And just thanking our soul for always expanding and always calling us forth to new possibilities and new realms of existence and experience that we would love and enjoy. And I feel like we might even like to thank our ego for being here. Thank you, ego, and just giving it a little bit of love and tenderness, because sometimes when our soul is calling us to something new, our ego, or you might like to call it the wounded self, whatever you sort of resonate with, but that part of us that might feel frightened or scared really has to go through like a shedding to really be able to step forward in those things our soul is wanting us to do. So actually maybe giving that part of ourself that might be scared, whether we call it our ego, whether we call it our past pains or our past wounds, giving all of those parts of ourselves a bit of love and really appreciation as well. Because it can be scary for some parts of us to do so. So just thank you, thank you, thank you. Even just thanking those aspects and thanking yourself for even being willing to consider moving forward in new ways that your soul is calling you to. Like, thank you for even considering doing something that feels a little scary, because that's really brave. For example, I've been being called to go on live for months and months, possibly even a year. I've done it maybe a couple times in the past few years. In the past few months, I've been really called to do it. And so today, I sat down, I was like, I'm actually going to do it. Like, I'm actually going to go on live, and it's going to be fun, and I'm going to enjoy it. And right as I sat down, I had all these thoughts come up, like, I can't do it now. I don't feel comfortable. The sun's too hot. Like, all these ideas, like why I can't do it right now. And I had to really realize, like, okay, it's okay. Like, I love that part of myself that's trying to protect me, but I really had to tune in with that higher aspect of me that feels safe, that feels capable and feels worthy and able to do things that are a bit scary. It's actually not scary for that part of yourself anyway. So I had to really tune in with that part of myself and then come on live and just do what I do naturally, but just on live video. So yeah, that was a bit of a thing that I'm doing today that sort of relates to this card in a way. Embrace your uniqueness, do it your way, untamed. Anyway, it sort of relates to me in my own way. Yeah. So maybe even having some appreciation for the times that you've already stepped out of your comfort zone. Times that you've already been a little more wild and a little more free, even when it was scary. And maybe even thinking of the times that you've had lots of fun being wild and free. Like times where following your soul's calling, doing things your own way and being your own unique self and loving your own unique self was actually really fun for you as well. And just remembering all of those times too. So thank you so much for being here with me. If there's anything that you actually want personal help with during this video, you can comment in the comments. I'll give a couple minutes or a couple moments just before we fully close the session. If anyone wants to actually ask for some specific guidance, we can pull a card or we can do some light language. Diamo sumo ko diama shiamo koraniamo sukorriane siamo koletia tai shiamo kolata tai dia tai anesiamo kordiamo sumo korana tai shiamo sumo korata tai asiamo kordetiamo sumo kototomia nai siamo kortototomia mai saletiamo shokotiamo siamo kordia mai shisiamo kordia mai siamo korana tasiamo. And then just bringing these three cards together. So first we had the sacred waters, all about nourishment, replenishment, self-care, health and rest. So creating a sacred space within yourself, creating a sacred space in your environment, or just creating time for yourself to rest and replenish and feel safe and nourished. And second, we had the second bloom, a second chance, it's never too late, new possibilities. So this felt like it was all about anchoring into the heart space with compassion and love for ourselves, gaining the wisdom and the blessings from our past, even our past failures or mistakes or painful experiences, and then giving ourselves permission to move forward. Move forward into those new possibilities with that inner strength that's gathered from our past experiences. And then lastly, we had the wild rose, do it your way, embrace your uniqueness, untamed. So that's everything that we just talked about. And it really feels like this follows like a natural flow. There's taking the time for yourself, resting, nourishing yourself. There's moving forward and giving yourself permission to move forward with the wisdom and strength from your past and from your heart. And then there's really embracing your own unique, authentic self and really doing things in your own way and moving forward in a more free and untamed, unique way to you. So, yes, I hope you received something really beautiful from this. Thank you so much for being here with me. We'll just take a few deep breaths into our hearts to just close up the space. And just 2 more breaths. So thank you to your soul and to my soul, to all our souls who have watched and will be watching this video, for being here with us, for all the beautiful energies who supported us through this reading and these activations as well. So that feels like that's about it. As I mentioned before, there are links on my website, or I'll somehow put a link below to sign up or to book in a one-on-one session with me if that's something you'd like. You can also find lots of activations on my website, cosmicallyencoded.com, pre-recorded light language, affirmations, meditations, all that sort of thing. So almost disconnected again, but thank you so much for being here with me. And I love you, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.